Hey guys, welcome to the road to the Kang Dynasty. In this series, I'm going back every single month and revisiting a previous MCU movie and making updated custom LEGO minifigures to make them as accurate to the movies as possible. This month, we're at Iron Man 3. I can't believe how fast we've already gotten here. It's super exciting, and this is a movie that really had a lot of customs to make for it because of all the different Iron Man suits. We'll explain that a little later in the video, but for right now, sit back and relax as I show you how to build characters from Iron Man 3 using 100% official LEGO parts and pieces. To kick off this showcase, let's party like it's 1999 and build Aldrich Killian from the New Year's party. The hair, which kind of gives you like a nice mullet piece, as well as the head come from Kathy from the LEGO Queer Eye set. The torso is just a generic city torso with that kind of blue flowery shirt on. Tan hands go around a cane, and then I gave tan legs to pull the nerdy look together for Aldrich Killian. This movie takes place in 2013. Can you believe this Tony Stark minifig is 10 years old now? Holy moly. Anyways, the legs, torso, head, and hair come from the 2013 Tony Stark from the Malibu Mansion attack, and the arms are these short-sleeved arms that came on a lot of the German soccer player CMFs, as well as Dorothy from the LEGO Movie 2, but of course she's from Wizard of Oz, so yeah, there you have it. The Iron Man Mark 42 armor also came in the Iron Man 3 sets 10 years ago, which is just so crazy, and for this figure, I mainly updated the arms. These arms come from the gold minifigure keychain that was available at the LEGO store for quite some time. I don't think it's there anymore, but maybe your local LEGO store still has some hanging around, literally. But the legs, torso, and helmet, as well as the hands, come from the Iron Man Mark 42 armor, and those arms come from the golden keychain minifigure guy. This is the 2013 Mandarin minifigure. I actually have not made any updates to the figure that came in the official sets. This one, of course, came in the Malibu Mansion attack. I think it's a really strong figure. And yeah, you could give him legs that have boots or something, but I actually really like the figure right out of the box, so we're just going to keep it as normal. I think this President Ellis minifig turned out pretty good. The torso and legs come from J. Jonah Jameson from the Spider-Man line of sets. The head is from Alan Grant from LEGO Jurassic Park, and the hair comes from Commissioner Gordon from the LEGO Batman movie. One of the standout minifigures from Iron Man 3 was the Iron Patriot. Yes, this is an actual real minifigure. It was available as a polybag, promotion, gift with purchase, however you'd want to word it, to promote the original LEGO Marvel Superheroes video game. This figure is so cool with the leg printing, torso printing, even the printing on the faceplate of the helmet, which you can lift up to see Colonel James Rhodes is inside the armor. This figure is worth a lot of money these days, but this is definitely the most accurate way to get Iron Patriot from the movie, so let's just leave him exactly as he comes. Now, we do very briefly see the Iron Man Mark 7 outside the bar when Tony goes to get into the suit, so of course I used the regular LEGO minifigure, but I did switch it out for the old original style Iron Man helmet, because when I can use it, I definitely still like the older helmet style more than the new one. Alright, here we've got Happy Hogan, and, you know, he's obsessed with the badges in this movie, so I wanted to make sure I gave him Agent Coulson's torso, since there's a badge printed on there. I gave him some slick back black hair, as well as the head from Ethan Hunt from the LEGO Mission Impossible Dimensions set. Pepper Potts came in the Malibu Mansion attack from 2013, and this was actually our only Pepper Potts minifigure for many, many years. Regardless, I used the hair, head, and torso from that minifig since they're all pretty accurate, and I added these dual-molded legs with the little shoes and skirt on there from the LEGO Women of NASA set because it really ties the look together. For Aldrich Killian, I went ahead and used the Anakin Skywalker head with some swept back like light blonde, strawberry blonde hair, with the torso from the official Aldrich Killian minifigure and some dark khakis. I actually didn't make Maya Hansen when I did the showcase the first time around, so this time I used the head from Princess Leia, although it's been used in a lot of different places. The torso comes from Knight Rider or from one of the goons from Spider-Man Homecoming with some black legs and some nice long brown hair to pull the entire look together. Harley Keener is a minifigure that I actually made no updates to since the very first Iron Man 3 showcase like 5 years ago now. How nuts is that? Anyways, the torso comes from Marty McFly. The hair is pretty generic. It's come in a lot of places. The head is from young Anakin, and I gave him some short legs to tie the look together. Here we've got Tony Stark in his Tennessee disguise. Fun fact, it says he lands in Rose Hill, Tennessee, but there's not actually a place called Rose Hill, Tennessee, and I know that because I live in Nashville, so how about that? Anyways, the torso comes from Ron from Lego Harry Potter, gave him some blue arms to match that inner torso with black legs, a Tony Stark head, and the hat from Alan Grant, which we already used the head for President Ellis a little earlier in this video. In all these videos, I've been making Stan Lee's cameo appearance minifigure, so the head, of course, is the custom Stan Lee head from Firestar Toys. That's our only non-purist piece in this video. The torso comes from a character named Vern from the Lego TMNT line of sets. I gave him some light khaki legs, swept-back hair, and I took a 2x2 tile with a Sharpie and wrote the 10 on there since he is judging the beauty pageant in this movie. Now we'll start taking a look at all of the various Iron Man armors. I made as many as I could and or filled in as many holes as I could, but I didn't get to make them all because some of them are just impossible to make in Lego form at this point in time. Anyways, this is the Heartbreaker armor. This came in the Ultimate Battle set from Iron Man 3. It's got amazing printing on the back as well as the front and the legs, and it's just such a cool figure. There's really nothing I want to update to it. You also have to be careful with these figures, specifically from 2013 in dark red, because they crack very, very easily. So I don't want to be pulling arms off or anything like that, because you never know if it's going to crack the torso, and mine's in pretty good condition, so I don't want to break it. And I would advise you guys not to either, but hey, they're your figures, so you can do whatever you want with them. Here we've got the Iron Man Hot Rod armor. Now this came in the 2020 Avengers Tower. This has like the hot rod legs with the flames on them. It's a really solid looking figure even a couple years later. And it does look a little bit more cartoony than say the MCU style of the torso and helmets and things like that. But it is still the best option we have as of this video, and it is what I recommend for the Hot Rod armor. Here we've got the Stryker armor, Mark 25. Lego actually did give us this as an official minifigure, thanks to the Iron Man Armory set, which came out in 2022. Definitely a really solid figure. Great printing on the legs, torso, and helmet. That helmet lifts up, you can see, so that's pretty cool. And I didn't make any changes here because, let's face it, this figure is awesome right out of the package. Here we've got Mark 30, aka Blue Steel. Now this is the Taser armor from that same Avengers Tower set we talked about earlier, and while it's not a one-to-one perfect example of what the Blue Steel armor is in the movie, it's the closest we have right now, so it is what I suggest at least as of this video. Alright, it's time to visit in with quite possibly the best Lego Iron Man minifigure ever. This is the Iron Man Mark 33 Silver Centurion. This is a real official Lego minifigure. It was a polybag that promoted the Avengers video game, I believe in 2015 or 2016. Anyways, this is a very hard figure to get, probably the most valuable one in the video due to its printed arms, dual molded arms, and printing on the sides of the legs, and just all the extra level of detail that Lego put into this absolutely amazing figure. Here we have Mark 37, the Hammerhead Scuba armor. This is the Scuba Iron Man from the Iron Skull sub attack, and I didn't make any changes here because this is literally perfect right out of the box for what it's trying to represent, so let's leave it as is. This is the Mark 39 Spacesuit, aka Star Boost. Now, I think that this figure looks pretty good right out of the package too. Not going to make any updates, but this figure is quite valuable as well, because he only came in one set, I believe, from the year 2014, so pretty cool. Okay, here we go with Mark 38 Igor. Now, this did come in the Iron Man Hall of Armor set from Endgame, but I actually bought a collection years and years ago where somebody took two of that set and built an even bigger and better Igor. As you can see here, he is much more bulky than you might remember him being in the set, but because somebody else built it, I actually don't really know how to explain how to build it, other than to spin it around a couple times so you could pause the video, and maybe I'll like deconstruct it on video and then play the video in reverse so it looks like I'm building it to show you instructions someday. But yeah, for right now, either Igor would work. You could build your own, you could use the one from the set. You just want to make sure you get this big blue armor in your collection. And finally, we have the Mark 41 Bones armor. This came in the Iron Man Hall of Armor set from Avengers Endgame, and it's so perfect. I don't really know what we could change about it, so I just recommend using it as it comes. At the end of the movie, we see Aldrich Killian fire up as he proclaims that he's the Mandarin, so I recommend using this character. I think his name is Pyro, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments, but he's from Nexo Knights or Ninjago or something like that, and I used these khaki legs for the normal look, and to be fair, this could really be any of the Extremis people from the movie, so maybe you need to army build these if you're really into Iron Man 3 for some reason. And finally, at the end of the movie, we see Bruce Banner. I still remember being shocked in theaters when he showed up. But anyways, the legs and torso come from the 2023 Hulkbuster Bruce Banner. Then the head is from Kraven the Hunter or from one of the goons from BVS. And I gave him the thin hair to get the look from the movie. So with that being said, let's wrap up this video and call it a day. Alright guys, let me know what you thought of this showcase in the comments down below. As always, I appreciate your guys' support. I'll catch you on the next video, and until next time, build on.